I think the chessboard's been set, and I'm seeing the chess pieces move.
With his dying words, the king spoke to me.
It is because of this our kinsman died.
Silence!
I'm honored to welcome Her Majesty Cynthia Addai-Robinson, her usurper Trystan Gravelle, and the Palantir thief herself, Emma Horvath. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, Cynthia, Muriel and Elendil have different politics from Pharazôn and his supporters. Can you tell us about this rift between the two camps?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it goes without saying that from season 1 to season 2, you know, Muriel and Elendil have come back from essentially a failed expedition and now have to answer to and face the Númenórean people. You know, you go from a situation where maybe there were rumblings and whispers to full out anger, and so people are tense.
And between Muriel and Elendil, is there something? There's a little something.
Vibes?
Is there? What is the history of those two characters, please?
First of all, I think we can all say we always have a blast with Lloyd. He's hilarious, he's charming, he's got the silken tones.
I mean, you've got it too, Trystan.
Well, thank
You've
you very
got
much.
silken
Thank
tones
you.
too.
You're silky.
What we found very organically is that it really goes from somebody who is dedicated to being in service to the Queen to really a shared trauma.
Trystan, Pharazôn has grand plans
Yeah.
this season, not all of them objectively good. What is your approach to playing a character like this?
See, I think he gets a bad rap. Everybody calls him,
You would.
He's Machiavellian and all the rest of it. But Niccolo Machiavelli had a bad rap. He wrote a survival guide for very turbulent times. You've got to look at it this way. In that Númenor, they have a deceased king. They have a queen who's very vulnerable at the moment. She's been blinded. She's come back from a war that shouldn't they have gone. And you've got very powerful people in Númenor, and they will want answers and they will want strong leadership. So do you go with a vulnerable queen who followed a weak-minded sea captain who followed an elf? Or do you go with somebody who's well aware of his own destiny? And I'd imagine you go with the latter.
Why are you so convincing?
Don't listen to
No,
him.
listen, you drew me in. I don't know if it were the silky tones or what. I don't know. Emma, let's talk about Iarian. Talk about dramatic. You're going against your own father.
I would argue that she doesn't feel that she's going against her father. She feels that her father is going against the family. You know, in her mind, he's not grieving as much as he should. He's not seeking any sort of justice. So if her father won't seek it, then she will.
Again, silken tones. You convinced me.
It just so happens that today is Muriel's coronation day. Númenor, as we know, is sort of at this sort of crossroads. So, you know, it's really a matter of society sort of deciding which way they want to go and who is going to lead them in that direction. For Muriel, it's quite fraught. She has used the Palantir and has seen things. So she's trying her best to see if she can somehow turn the tide, no pun intended.
So a Palantir can be a very dangerous tool, especially in the wrong hands. Is there any truth to the idea that none of them should be messing with this Palantir?
What I found interesting, and I think we were talking about this the other day, it's like if you could see the future, like in real life, is that necessarily a good thing? Does it affect your behavior, and would you make different decisions if you knew what was going to happen, if you think you could try to change it? And in this particular instance, the Palantir is as powerful as the rings. You know, we're not sort of dealing in ringland just yet, but we have this object that similarly, you know, with great power comes great responsibility.
I think in the wrong hands, yes, it's a menace.
Well, Emma, we see that you discover the Palantir in season 1, and yet, why did you take that thing?
Well, it's bad. It's a bad thing to have. Naughty queen.
Is it? Is it though?
I think she's a smart girl. She knows that it's not a good idea to mess with. It's incredibly valuable in terms of destroying the current power structure.
Yeah. Would you want to look into it personally?
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, the eagle was there for
that
you.
eagle.
Okay.
Well, You know,
Are we going with that? Are we running with that?
Listen,
Yes,
you
for
eagle
yeah?
blocked her, okay? You just did it.
interesting debate, because essentially the eagle didn't necessarily hover over you. I mean, the eagle appeared.
This is propaganda.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Listen, you have to believe in yourself. You have to, have a very good relationship with your own destiny.
It's because one man started chanting your name, and then it just caught on.
Yeah.
But
There's some
Probably
sour
a set.
grapes going on here.
Wow. Well, obviously, the tension is palpable on and off set. I really appreciate y'all talking with me, and I cannot wait to see where this political drama goes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's it for episode 3. On next week's look inside the series, we get to meet the actor behind an iconic character never before seen on screen. We'll talk to directors Senna Hamri and Louise Hooper, Ismael Cruz Cordova, who plays our favorite Sylvan elf Arondir, and the lost son of Númenor himself, Maxim Baldry, will join us. Don't miss it, and I'll see you then. After next week's episode, only on Prime Video.
Well, I'd say that's worth another ale.